Ooh, I bet you wonder now about your plans to make with some other guy you know before. Two of us guys, you know I love you more. It took me by surprise, I must say, when I found out yesterday. Don't you know I heard great? How much longer would you be? Ooh, I heard, and I'm just about to lose my mind, honey. I know a man ain't supposed to cry, but these tears I can't hold inside. 'Cause I'm losing you in my eyes. 'Cause you how much you should have told me yourself that you love someone else. Instead, I heard you grapevine. How much longer would you be? Ooh, I heard. And I'm just about to lose my mind. Hi guys.
Hey yo.
We already got some people here. Hi Nocte, she said first. And look, Christian's on. He said he gets to catch it live. All right. This is gonna be a fun one. Definitely gonna be a good time. How are y'all? Angelo!
Hi.
Aja Mo. First of all, Angelo, I haven't seen or heard you in so long. I'm so glad you're here. All right. We're going to give the latecomers a couple seconds.
Are we?
No. I thought about it as I said it, and I was like, wait a minute. We'd have told y'all 8 o'clock. And we on time. We are on time and ready.
Hold on. I'm trying to find. Oh, here we go.
Angelo said he'd have died, came back, died and came back. Well, I'm glad you're back. Please stay.
Yeah, anybody fooling?
Right. All right. So for the people that didn't make it last time was our first time doing a live show. So yeah, this is our second live show. We enjoyed last time. We enjoyed the interaction. So definitely feel free to participate. Feel free to chime in. I'll try to catch the comments. It's a lot going on at once. Like I said, we new to this with this part, so we're adjusting. But yeah, thank y'all for coming, and we're gonna have a good time.
Oh, I was like, why is not going? And then I realized I paused it.
So it was you. It's Lace. Yes, Nocte, I wore a shirt on purpose. They made this shirt for me because of that incident. For the people that are here that did not know about this, I posted the video before, but basically, one time, y'all, I got drunk and I was posting videos of me in the car with somebody. It was just real reckless. And it was on Snapchat, and then I went to sleep, and I woke up, and I had a whole bunch of people messaging me like, girl, don't ever do that. Are you okay? And I was fine, obviously. So for my 30th birthday, I got really drunk, and I was in the car again doing a snap. But like the person I came with, he wasn't drunk. So I said, in case y'all worried, I'm good. So it says, in case y'all worried on the front, and I'm good on the back. So they made me a shirt. It is one of my favorite shirts.
Yes. So what happened? What's going on with you? I think we missed last week.
Oh yeah. So it's been
Yeah.
2 weeks. Not much. I feel like we're so used to telling for so long periods of time. So now I gotta think about my week. My last 2 weeks have been good. I went to an event with my parents that I go to every year. It's the bull roast. It's a good time. It's nice to see them step out and enjoy themselves. So that was fun. My parents were supposed to meet my new boo, but my dad was sick, so we didn't go. Yeah, so I had to reschedule that, but it's cool. As long as my dad's okay, then we're good.
Oh.
Yeah. Other than that, everything's been pretty chill. Like work. I feel like my weeks are so busy. Like 7 days seem like a lot, but it's not, because it's like, okay, Tuesday and Thursday we set aside for gym. Now Mondays is this, and then Wednesdays I go see him, and then toss up for the weekend. Who knows? So yeah, it's just hard to schedule everything. Like I want to hang out with people and see a lot of people, but sometimes I'm like, my schedule just gets so booked, and I have to plan like a month in advance.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything's been good. And what about you?
I guess the main thing I did in the last, I guess it would be 2 weeks. I guess making some lifestyle changes. But other than that, I've just been fighting with them at work. But
Here you go.
I really think I need to get into something like protecting the employees or something like that.
I think that would be really good for you, because I feel like every job you have, you like come to the aid or defense of people, and you're like helping them through stuff.
Yeah, and I guess because I'm the older one, they kind of talk to me about things. But last week it was kind of serious, so I can't really talk about it until I guess I leave, and then I'm gonna give you all the tea.
But y'all know she going to, because every time she leave, we used to do a show. You notice every show you'd be like, so I got a new job. Yeah.
So, but we're gonna talk about more about stuff at work actually during this show we have today.
Yes.
So our topic is do it scared. And Kristen wanted to do this topic. What made you want to do this?
I picked this because I realized that I don't do stuff a lot of times because I'm scared, or I'm waiting for like the perfect moment. Like I'm waiting for everything to line up, and the 1 plus the 2 got to equal 3, and all of this, and it has to be in a straight line, and that's just not realistic sometimes. If you want to do things like you could be waiting forever. Right. So I just thought it would be like a good topic to talk about.
Okay. Before we talk about everything, I want our viewers to do something.
Yes, and I'm looking at these comments because y'all already blowing the comments up. Let me go back a little bit. Oh, thank you, Aja, for sharing. She said she shared on all platforms. Lace Row, I'm good. All right.
Sorry.
Drunk thanks to who? Yes, Aja, that was you at my birthday party getting us done. Angelo said, so I'm getting divorced. You can't just throw that in the car. What? I was just reading la la la. Angela, what?
What? This is a tea show.
Yes, it is. And Lacey, Angela, what?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay, and Lacey said, yeah, HR is for the company. You need someone for the people. Oh, Angelo said, and I resigned. Angelo.
It's a lot.
At this point, we need you on the episode. To run it back.
Yes.
Oh, you shared the link for them to do it. Okay.
So I shared a link for you guys to look at. Let me post it. I posted it on.
Was it Facebook?
I posted it on Facebook. Now I'm about to post it in YouTube.
Okay.
If you see the link, I want you guys to actually do, it's an assessment on there. And when we do our activity, we're going to share our results.
Yeah, I was already mad doing it earlier. So yeah, it's a good assessment though.
Okay. So when we say do it scared, what does that mean to you?
To me?
Yeah.
To not wait until everything is perfect for you to try to do something. To not wait until like all the stars align and make a perfect picture. Like you're never going to be ready for some things. Like yes, you could try to prepare, but you're never truly going to be ready because you don't know what's going to happen. So it's like do it anyway. Like go ahead and put your foot out there. Like one foot, get your toes wet, put your toes in, something. So just like try to do it even though you're afraid of doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I guess it means forgetting about the fear of failure. Like just even though you have the fear, you're gonna do it with the fear.
Right. That's a good one. That's a lot of people don't do stuff because they just don't want to fail.
Yeah, because that's really what it is. You don't want to fail. So we're gonna go over some definitions real fast. So what is fear? Fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by believing something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. What is adversity? Adversity is the state of misfortune or a serious continued difficulty. What is courage? Courage is the ability to do something frightening or strength in the face of pain. So what is anxiety? Intense, excessive, and persistent worry and fear about everyday life.
Okay.
Yes. Fear comes from anxiety in the face of adversity where you need courage. Okay? So
Aja, if you're watching on YouTube, the link should be in the comments on the YouTube video.
Yeah. The page unlisted AD, the real unlisted AD shared it. Okay, so can you give me an example from your childhood that you did something scared?
Okay, this is a real little one because of course it's childhood. I was so scared to ride a bike. Like
yeah.
I rode a bike with training wheels. They took the training wheels off and I still was fine. I still had my little Barbie bike. You know, you take the training wheels off, it's little. I'm talking about that first time you get the like 10 speed or whatever speed bike. That's when I was afraid because it was so big and I felt so little. And I'm like, how am I going to get up there? And you couldn't pedal backwards to stop anymore. So I had to realize I had to use my hands. And the reason I was scared is because I got on it and I hit my godfather's truck, like I ran into it, and then I was scared because I was like, I can't steer, like the steering is different. I freaked out, so I didn't want to do it, so I refused. Like they would all go ride their bikes and I wouldn't ride my bike. I would just be sitting there, or I would ride it around circle in the grass. And then I don't know what it was. Eventually I was like, okay, I got to the point where I was like 12 or 13 and I was like, okay, you're doing too much. Go ahead and get on this bike because you miss riding your bike with everybody. It was something about that big bike. But yeah, so I did it anyway. And I definitely fell a couple times. But I'm glad I did it because I like really enjoyed riding my bike.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a little example, but I was a kid.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like children aren't afraid like us. So
yeah.
I think an example, okay, when I was trying to think of childhood and I feel like even though I was a child, I was 16.
Okay.
I'm still a child, but I was older.
Right.
Nope, I was 14. It was the 9th grade. And it's when I started wearing wigs. I had never worn them before. And it was like a new thing for me. So I was wearing a wig and I walked into class with my boyfriend. And one of the bullies, she snatched my wig off. And I had like a stocking cap on. And I was just, I just went in shock. And Then, like, I sat in class and my boyfriend was just devastated. And she gonna try to help me put my wig back on. Like, she not the one who took it off. So, oh, let me fix you.
No, don't touch me.
She tried to act like she didn't do it. That's why. She tried to come and be the hero. When I knew that she was the one who took it off. Because she was my biggest hater. And she was my op, y'all.
Not tried to put it back on. Like, you already took it off.
So I went to I have too much pride to show. I was just laughing about it and everything. I went to gym, and one of my really good friends, her name's Love. We still friends to this day. She asked me what was wrong. Do not ask me what's wrong. I will start crying. And I told her what happened. And Love is still to this day. She's an activist. And she's just like, no, we're going to tell. We're telling.
Not you telling.
And I was like, no, because you know, when you tell on your bully, sometimes things get worse.
Right.
But anyway, she marched me to the counselor, the guidance counselor.
Mm-hmm.
She took me straight to the guidance counselor and was like, she has to tell you something. No, she told the gym teacher first, and then the gym teacher took me, and then she was like,
what?
And I just told my story. She snatched. It wasn't a whole big anything. I just said, she took this person. I said the name, snatched my wig off before I went into math class. And next thing you know, I'm walking. Actually, my sister is the one who told me, because she told my sister when she saw her. She said, "Your sister got me expended. Expended. Your sister got me suspended." And Lace is the one who told me that my bully was suspended. So,
well, that's what you get, snatching off people's wigs.
Exactly.
What?
And I was so scared of telling or doing anything. Mm-hmm. And my friend was like, no. So I did it, and I was terrified. And I don't know, it just gave me strength. And she stopped talking to me.
Oh,
like she was no longer my bully.
She ain't bully you or nothing no more.
And then her mother switched her out of schools. I never saw her again.
Good.
Yep. It was great.
Maybe she learned her lesson.
But yeah, it was crazy, because I was trying to figure out what I could say. I gotta
show this comment. I forgot I could do this. She said, she was like, okay, kept walking. And then she said, yes.
So I was trying to figure out what I could say during that time, like, of being scared. But I was scared the whole time. Yeah. Being a child, I was just always scared.
Yeah. And I feel like it's like some kids that don't seem like they're afraid of anything. Mm-hmm. No, I was afraid of everything. Like, I was Chucky from the Rugrats. Like, I'm not going. I'm not doing it. Mm-mm. Whatever y'all doing, I don't want to be a part of it. I was so scared, and I ain't ride no roller coasters. I ain't do nothing like that. Mm-mm. Keep me away from it. Mm-mm-mm. Once I realized I didn't like something, I just wasn't the type that was going to try to go back and do it again.
Yeah, that's me. Like, you ain't going to get me twice.
Right. Not Scooby-Doo Ghost Coaster.
I feel like if I get on Scooby-Doo Ghost Coaster right now, I'll be terrified.
Please don't be on the Scooby-Doo Ghost Coaster. Like, I was 8, and my mama was like, it can't be that bad. It's Scooby-Doo. And I was like, you know what? She's right. She's an adult, and she's telling me it's not that bad because it's Scooby-Doo. So I'm obviously going to listen to my adult mother and get on the Scooby-Doo Ghost Coaster.
It's a lie. It was a lie. That's the most terrifying. First of all, the reason why it's terrifying,
it's rickety.
It's rickety and it's going to fall apart.
I didn't have the nerve to take your picture when you go down the big drop, and my mouth was like this.
Big drop. It was no big
drop. No, it was a big drop. I was 8. There was a big drop, and it was rickety. Lace, one of the big drops. I know Lace will vouch for me on this. And I lied to y'all not. I never rode another roller coaster. Like, to this day, almost 35 years old, I've not gotten on another roller coaster ever in my life. I'll get on, won't even get on many rides. In fact, I used to love water slides. And then I got on a water slide as an adult with all of them. I screamed from the top of the water slide all the way to the bottom, and I screamed so bad that the people behind me didn't want to get on it. And it wasn't even that bad, y'all. I'm dramatic. That's the other thing. Like, I don't know if I'd be scared or I'd just be dramatic. Please leave me alone.
Sorry. Okay, so what? This is wrong. It's the Kraken. So,
Angelo said he missed your laugh so much.
Oh,
it is a great laugh.
I miss you too.
You need to come over.
You got to at this point.
We need to talk. What? Okay. All right. We're gonna say
adult.
Something I was scared of.
Yes.
This is going to sound really. I don't know if it's going to sound weird, but it made sense in my head at the time. I was so scared to get a divorce.
Oh, wow.
Like, I was terrified because I just felt like it was going to be so much judgment and like my life wasn't going to get better. And like, I'm not supposed to do that because we got married before God and all of that. So I was so terrified. I was like, nobody's going to talk to me again. I'm never going to find nobody else anymore. Like, I was so terrified that I waited a very long time. Like, we were separated for 2.5 years before we got divorced because I was terrified.
Wow. I feel like mine's going to be stupid.
Yeah. I was trying to find a good one because my kid one was so little. Oh,
never think now.
Now I got to find another one. She been a Leo.
Mine's is stupid. Cause you want to know something? You think just because you're in a happy marriage that you're not afraid to get divorced? I still am afraid to get divorced. Mm-hmm. Like, what if Mo wake up and like, nah, not for me,
not this one.
I mean, it's scary.
Yeah,
because you can't control someone's mind.
Right, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I think getting married has the same similar fear because you just walk into it like, like, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right decision? Is this the right person? So yeah, like I don't know, those life decisions are really hard.
If I ever got divorced, never again.
I definitely understand.
That'll be a hope.
Bye, Jenna.
Anyway, oh God, I guess honestly, anytime I get on stage, I'm absolutely terrified. But I just do it.
Yeah, because I don't know how y'all do that. Like, y'all don't ever look scared to me.
No, it's fake. I'm an actor.
Yeah,
that's what how I think of it.
I think about what Beyonce said, Sasha fears.
Yeah, you got to turn into another person. But I don't think she's scared. I don't know. I'd be looking at her. She ain't scared of nothing. I can tell when people actually are scared, like when they do interviews and stuff. Johnny Depp, he seems terrified all the time, and he's 50-something. But I be seeing him do interviews, and it's like the way he don't look at you in the eye, and he smoke because he just he can't deal with it. Summer Walker.
She's scared. Yeah, Summer Walker. Now that's somebody I could tell she's scared. She was so scared she had to come out and tell people that she faces anxiety because it was just so like apparent. Mm-hmm. Like, it was obvious.
Yes.
Not Lace said her first one didn't take. I'm gonna just put that up there for a minute.
Keith Lee has social anxiety.
Mm-hmm. You can tell he's gotten a lot better.
He's so bad. He's so much better. If you look back at his old stuff. And now it's like, all right, he's so much better. Mm-hmm. But yeah, people always say, you have social anxiety? Absolutely. Yeah. It's taken me a whole lot.
And you know, the crazy thing is, I don't think people understand the dynamics of certain words. Mm-hmm. Like, just because I have social anxiety doesn't mean I'm going to let it define me. I'm still going to do things I like to do, but I'm going to do it scared. Yeah. People really confuse like introverts too. Like, people are like, what? To other people, I'm an extrovert, but to other people, I've heard people say, you're an introvert? I would never guess that. Like, just because I'm this person or this is one of my traits, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to go outside of that sometimes, especially for people that I care about and want to do stuff with.
But it's not like we're going outside of it. Mm-hmm. We are still introverts.
Right.
It's just, I'm using all of my energy.
Right. And later I'm be like,
yeah. And the moment when it hits you that your energy is run out, it's like, oh no, I have to run to the ship. That's how it feels. Like, okay, I gotta run to the ship because it's too many people. Like,
I can see yours because I've lived with you now for so long that I can tell when it's like, yep, she going down. Yeah. The battery is going down fast.
Like Halloween, I was just like, all right, it's too many people.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. Yeah, I feel like it's funny because I'm around mostly introverts, so I had to like start to understand that, because since I'm not, I'll be like, come on, y'all, let's go. What are we gonna go do? Let's go out. Let me talk your ear off for 3 hours. Like, let's go. But yeah,
if it's your friend, you don't mind. If it's someone you do not like know like that, and they're talking your ear off, oh my god. We after a while, it's like we're going to get rude.
Yeah, and y'all don't even be like, it's not the intention. It's just like, look, it just happens because y'all gotta leave me alone.
Yeah. I'm really still trying to think of if there's a specific adult time where I did scared, and I really think I'm always scared.
So you was always scared in childhood, and you still always scared now.
Yeah, it's just that I can do better.
Christian said, to be fair, Johnny was traumatized.
Yeah, but not really. Like, not when he was he's always been scared before anything happened.
I was about to say, what came first? Because it's like that chicken and the egg thing.
Yeah, he's always been scared. Like, I always listen to his interviews and how he talked about everything, and yeah, he's always been. He never wanted to be a actor. He was
That's
a musician.
Crazy. Yeah. Like how you just get into something that you had no intention of getting into.
Yeah. Okay. What was the time that you didn't do it scared? And what was the time you didn't do it scared and fear got the best of you?
I would say singing, because I used to really, really like to sing. And, you know, I did, it's kind of applies to kind of, I did do it scared, but I was a kid and I tried to, shut up. I applied, now I gotta tell y'all the story. I tried out for School for the Arts, y'all. And I sung Kirk Franklin, Lean on Me. Y'all, why did I try to do all the parts? Like, why would I do that? Go between all the parts. Like, I could do that, and I couldn't. But anyway, so after that happened, I vowed that I was not singing anymore. Gave up singing. She's still laughing. And I got to City, and one of my friends who actually tried out for School for the Arts the same day I did, she actually went right before me, and she stayed to listen to mine because you could hear it through the door.
Unfortunately.
Right. And she told me when she saw me at City, she was like, you did really good. I feel like you just need blah, blah, blah. And she didn't get it either. So we were like talking, and she was like, we should join the choir. And I was like, no, I'm never singing again.
I'm done with
that life. And I feel like if I would have, like, I could have got more vocal coaching. Like, I can hold a tune, but I can't sing. And I feel like no, I wasn't naturally gifted. Like, some people could just sing, but like I could carry a tune, and I had a decent singing voice at one point. I just stopped. And I do feel like that's something I probably should have kept going, or at least tried to join the choir, like something maybe that's not as like out in the open, but still, because I like to do it. So that was definitely a time where I probably should have just did it, even though I vowed never sing it again. Oh,
I understand.
Oh, this is a good comment. Angelo said, fear ain't never got the best of me. Life is too short. You got to dive in head first.
Okay. I wish I could be like that.
I know. I admire people that's like that, for real.
I think one time that I always think about that I was too scared. Sometimes I think if I didn't, I don't know where I would be, but like maybe I wasn't supposed to. But anyway, it was a job. They was trying to make me manager.
Okay.
And it was a lot of money. And I had it was this thick. I had to do a whole workbook. I had to study it. And then I was going to do like I guess test it and all of that other stuff. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And then I just was like, I guess I got scared. I couldn't do it.
Okay.
And, I walked out. I quit the whole job.
Not you quit the whole job. After she talked about me, y'all, for not. wanting to sing. She didn't quit a whole job.
Quit the whole job. And my whole life went down. It was crazy. And I eventually, but you know what? Now that I think about it, it wasn't meant to be, because I started working after that, I started working at Lenny's Deli.
Okay.
And because I hated Lenny's Deli so much, it made me look for another job, and Mex was hiring. And we all know
yeah. It ended up being a good time.
Yeah. So I guess it wasn't meant to be. And I would have never met any of y'all if I never came to Mex.
Right. So. That's true. Most said very rarely singing in high school for a project and I folded.
I know.
So we're not the only ones.
Okay. So, where's a time where you saw the outcome of a missed opportunity because of fear? I think I just talked about mine.
Yeah. Missed opportunity. Let me think. So I feel like I'm a big proponent for like things happen when they're supposed to happen. And an example is, so I left my job for 3 weeks, and went to this new job. And I did it scared, because my job now, I'm comfortable. It's flexible. I have the life, to be honest. I mean, there's things that could change, but I have to be honest about the good things that I have at my job. And I went somewhere and I experienced what it would be like if I was, at a real job. And the strictness, and you got to come in this time exactly, and this time exactly. And I also had to drive for work. Speaking of, I'm surprised I didn't bring up driving.
Oh, you're very scared.
Yeah. But okay, anyway. So I stayed at the job for 2 weeks. And I didn't put in a notice. I was at BlurCon with them and I typed it up. I'm not coming back. And I took a week to myself to relax and get myself centered again. And I went back. And me going back to my old job really did show me like what an opportunity I could have there. Like, I was offered more things when I came back. Like, it was kind of like I showed them, like, yeah, I could leave. And then they was like, here's, we appreciate you. We're showing you all this. So sometimes I think, like, even though I felt bad because I've never left a job like that, like, I've never left a job within like 2 years. So like, I felt so bad. But at the same time, it was like, it ended up bringing me, I feel like, a good opportunity.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. And I already talked about mine, but
Lace, right? She said typed it up right on the hotel table. Yeah, I sure did. Not coming back. Effective now.
If I could think of another missed opportunity, it would be that the one that I always think about is the one I just told.
Yeah.
It's just it.
And it ends up being for a reason.
Yeah.
So like that job that I went to, that was probably an amazing opportunity. Like, the money was good. Like, it would have been look good on my resume, all of that. But like, it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I came back, because like, I feel like my life got better when I came back.
Yeah, because you kind of had a more of appreciation for the job when you
right. It changed my outlook on things. Oh, I just said. She said, I used to sing until elementary, middle, and half of high school. I struggled with my tone.
Oh.
So we got other people that was singing, and it was like, you know what? I'm not doing this.
We're going to do a singing episode. I'm going to help y'all.
Yeah, you going to have to.
Okay. So what do you think when you hear what do you think when you hear the word courage? Is it courage or courage? Courage?
It's English. I say courage.
Courage.
But I've heard people say carriage. Okay, I say courage.
Courage.
I can't say no, you more. I can't say
Courage.
Oh, Angelo said he would love to be a part of the singing episode.
Okay.
And you know what? Now that he brought that up, before I answer that, me and Angelo used to sing on the phone all the time. Like, we used to play karaoke and like rate each other and everything. Like 1 to 5 scale, what you could have worked on. Like, we was really serious.
Put your hands like this.
It probably was. We was on the phone. We was on a 3-way. Look, he just said it. You remember we used to be on the phone till midnight singing? Oh. But courage.
I say carriage. Why the so many syllables?
To answer your question, not me. I'm just not courageous. Like, I don't know. I'd be so scared, and I do wish I wasn't like that. Like, I don't know what it means to be courageous. I feel like, I think there are certain situations where you just have to be like, and you just have to do it. Like, even for me, like going back to school, like doing grad school and doing work and internship, like, and going through a divorce at the same time. Like, I remember I was like, look, all right, I'm hanging this up. I'm not doing it. And then I just had to like just push myself and do it. And I was working 2 jobs and internship and classes and going through that all at the same time. And I was just like, I got to do it. Like, I gotta have courage. I gotta face it. Like, even though every part of me wants to run the other way, like, I gotta go through it. So I think that's what I think about when I think about courage. It might not be something like really, really big, but it's just something personal. Like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so scared of this. Like, well, I have to do it. I have to fight, and I gotta make it. So like, that's all I saw. I saw the finish line. I was like, I gotta get there. I don't care what I look like when I'm done. I was tired, but I graduated. So like, you can do it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because every time you overcome your fear, something positive happens.
Yeah, like, it changed my whole career. Shut up, Lace. She said, so Angelo the reason you went up there. Yes, Angelo's the reason I auditioned. Let's blame him. I'm not gonna let this go.
Sing all the parts.
Why would I sing every part?
I am here.
Yes, that's what I did. Why would I do that? Like, stop.
All right. So for me, when I hear carriage, I can't say the word. What? This is gonna be stupid, y'all. But I think of the lion from Wizard of Oz, and
no, for real, it's true.
And he was so scared all the time, but he did everything. So like,
he's the epitome of doing scared.
Yeah, he did it scared, and I just feel like my whole life is that, because I've always had anxiety. I've always been scared. So it's like me leaving the house is doing something brave to me.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, it doesn't have to be something big. I think people think of like a brave thing as this huge gesture, but for some people, it can be like literally just leaving the house or answering the phone, like talking to people. Like, it depends what your fears are.
Calling people is terrifying.
Yes. I hate it. When my phone rings, I really don't want to answer it. Like, unless it's like y'all or something like that. I don't want to answer it because I'm like, who are you? Why do you want to talk to me?
Yes, who are you?
Angelo said he auditioned too for dancing. So we was all just up there auditioning. Angelo, did you get in? I'm curious. I can't remember. But why was we all up in School for Arts? Only person I know that got in is Jasmine. Yes. That's because we was fooling in middle school. She was getting her stuff together. She was ready. All right.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So what was your most courageous moment? Well, I can say courageous, but not the other word. Anyway.
You confused me. All right, say it.
Courageous.
Okay, now say courage.
Courage. Courage. Courage.
Bye. We're not doing this. Oh, he said he didn't get in because he couldn't do that ballet shit. Yeah, School for Arts make you do everything. Like, you have to do it all. It's crazy.
You should have got up there with your tippy toes.
Not with his tippy toes. Oh, wait, what was the question?
What was your most courageous moment?
Man. Am I gonna go real deep or medium deep? Hold on, let me think. No, I'm gonna say getting my license. Because since the age of 10, I was terrified of being in cars because I got into an accident when I was 10. And then from then on, like, I would turn around in the back seat to look out the back because I was afraid somebody was going to hit us. I was started like passenger seat driving at a very early age. Like,
you still do that?
Yes. Like, I would do all of that. And what helped me was to start driving because now I'm like, oh, I don't have to do that. Like, they know what they're doing. Unless it's certain people and they're going over the wrong way. Like, I'm still going to protect us because my life is in the car too, but I've gotten better since driving. But I was so scared. Like, I went through driving school. I did driving school in 2012, y'all. I got my license in 2021. So 11 years later, I was SpongeBob for real. Because every 2 years your permit expires. So I was really going up there every 2 years, and I was like that one SpongeBob episode where he can answer all the questions without looking, and he knew every single. That was me. I knew all the answers. I could just click, 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 because I could get my permit. It was the license. And finally, 2020 happened, and I was like, COVID happened, and I was like, I'm not riding the bus no more. And I stopped riding the bus during COVID, and I started catching Ubers everywhere. And I added all that up, and I said, I can afford a car. Because then I started psyching myself out with other reasons. I was like, I can't afford a car. Like, I have a house. I have this. I have that. I could very much afford it. I just was like, I was making excuses.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, what do I have to do? What are the steps I have to take? Like, called my driving school, did all of that. And then I found out, because it was COVID, one of my biggest fears was taking the test with the instructor in the car, and they weren't going to be in the car because it was COVID. They'll be outside of the car. So that helped me a little bit. And I was like, now's the chance. Like, it's now or never. And I just started practicing, and I canceled the test one time because I was like, I'm not ready. Took it the first time, I failed. And then I was like, I'm not doing this. And then, like, I retook it like 3 weeks later and passed it. And still, I would only drive from here to work and back. Like, my gas would last so long. And then I was like, I gotta drive on the highway. And now I'm driving everywhere. Like, I don't care no more. Put me in the car. I want to drive.
That's exactly what happened.
So yeah, probably driving.
Okay. That dog.
What is he up there doing?
I guess my most courageous moment, I think it was 2 moments: giving birth and getting married. So I didn't want to do neither one of these things.
First of all, giving birth seems terrifying.
Yeah, it is. And getting married, I thought I was going to be a bachelorette freshman, and until someone changed my mind about everything. But I was terrified because it was my friend.
Yeah.
And, I never seen good marriage, and I mean, some people I saw good marriage. Like I remember like maybe 2 from my childhood, but like I didn't grow up with seeing good marriage.
Right.
So it was just like, this doesn't work.
Yeah, I get that. Like, you going by examples of what you've seen in your life.
So I didn't. I was terrified, and then giving birth, terrified. So I think those were definitely my most courageous moments because I had to do it. You can't keep the baby in there,
right? Well, I Mo say, "Oh, do tell." Oh, Angelo said he was pop locking dropping to Aaliyah more than a woman. Not on the stage. I wish they recorded it and we could have it. I want to see that.
Okay. How do you feel? Do you feel like you will ever be truly ready for all the big milestones in your life?
No. I used to be a proponent for, you're not ready for that. You can't do that yet. You're not ready. But do you ever really be ready? Like, let's think about what you said, like having a child and getting married. Those are huge things. You really can't be ready for it. Like, you can do as much as you can to prepare, but you're not going to be ready because at any given moment, something could happen, something could change. Like, marriage is, if it works out, obviously, a lifelong commitment. That person you married 10 years ago is not going to be that person 10 years later. No. So you really can't be ready for marriage.
They don't even look the same sometimes.
Yeah. Are you still going to love this person? Still going to be attracted to them? Like, are you going to fight? Because, like,
it's an active choice to love somebody. So like maybe one day you will get up and you not even want to do it no more. Like, and then a kid, like that baby is going to be a whole person.
He is a whole person.
Right, and going to grow to be an adult. And there's just that's a commitment. Like, so I don't feel like you can really be ready. Like there are people I feel like are absolutely not ready. Yeah. Like it's probably not a good time for you to do this. Yeah. But then, I mean, you have a job. Say you have a job, you have everything, and then something happens along the way and you lose your job. Like you didn't know that was going to happen, but you already married or you already have the child. So you can't. I just feel like you can't be ready for milestones.
So I completely agree about that. Especially what you said at the end, because a lot of people will be like, "You're not ready for this," but any things that they name could happen to you at any point in your life. Me and Mo, when we got married, we were broke, and I was like, "I'm not trying to live in sin." This is when I was still a Christian, so I was like, "All right, I don't want to live in sin. So you gotta move out or you gotta get married. We gotta get married." And he was like, and I fully prepared for him to just move out.
Right.
He was like, "Let's get married." And I was like, "Shut
up." Like, what? You're serious?
And then I think maybe a month later, he actually proposed with a ring and everything. And I was just like, no, this is stupid. So
then he was terrified.
Absolutely terrified. And since those are like the two biggest milestones, having a kid and everything, no, I don't think you can ever be ready. Because one, you can date somebody and not know when they're going to propose or anything. So how can you be ready for that? And then and you don't know. And when I got pregnant the first time, we wasn't preparing for that. We was like, I mean, we was not stopping it.
Right. That's a whole episode.
But I wasn't like it doesn't cross your mind,
right,
that there's a baby coming,
right,
as a human being coming.
Yeah.
A lot of people be like, and a lot of people think that when you have a kid, like that kid is going to grow into a human. That kid is already, she already comes with that personality.
Yeah, like, with the genes and stuff. Everything. They say fully developed by 5, like the person, like the ingrained personality. So the first 5 years, you're building on something that's already been created, been started, because you and the father, you already have put things there. Like there used to be the whole blank slate thing, with people thinking a kid was a blank slate. No, but they can't be. No. Now, them first 5 years, yes, you can change things. You can, but there's some stuff you can't do anything about. Like.
Honestly, I don't even think you can change anything in the first 7 years, because they can see stuff happen, but it really don't have no effect on them yet. Like, I feel like they affected after 7.
Oh yeah, then at that point,
but they come out as a human. You're not ready for that, because you don't even know what kind of human,
what kind of person this is. I just met you.
Like, that's what I said. I don't know him. I just met him.
Like, what? He might come out and be crazy. That's like his daggone father, and I'm the same one in the family, and then the two of them crazy. Like, I don't have time.
Exactly. You don't know.
Yeah.
So no, you can't be ready.
Okay, we on the same page.
Okay, so don't do this, y'all.
Oh, hold on. Let me read Donnie's comment. She said, "Me being courageous was when the twins wrote a play and we did it in church. And although it wasn't a huge crowd, I was terrified. The twins, mostly Gina, is a regular being in the front, but I'm a behind the scenes type of person."
What kind of play we had, Donnie?
That's what Lace just called me. She said, "What play?" And then Donnie said they had us dancing too.
What was?
And then he said, "Now I remember." So y'all remember once, because y'all had them dancing for real?
We did have them dancing. We was a dance team in the church.
Why y'all these?
But I didn't know. I don't know about no play. What play? It must have been one of those Carmen plays we did, probably. Okay, so funny that you said church, and we were talking about church, because fear is sometimes put in us because of what happens when we're little, and that is sometimes religion. So, people one thing I wrote down because I'm like, I don't understand this. It said I wrote down people are called God fearing, or people say I'm God fearing, but why would you fear your own deity? Doesn't make sense to me. So religions have as their final aim total control of the believers. There's no better tool to achieve that than fear, especially when used on very young children.
Mm.
Okay, let me see. Not this.
Not all of this.
Everybody calm down. It's so many tabs.
I was definitely terrified, like, of everything. Like, I didn't make certain decisions because I was like, I can't do this or I'm going to hell.
Yeah. Yes. There is no question that fear plays a role in human social interactions, including many religious beliefs and practices. Consequently, fear has played a role in religion through the ages. But is that all there is to religion? What is the interplay between fear and religion? What role does the reality of pain, suffering, and morality play in religion and in Christian theology? In Christian,
you know what that just reminded me of? Choreography.
Oh. I never. I can't say that.
Theology.
Choreography.
Choreography.
Oh, shut up. Okay. Most religions are based on the premise that something is wrong with the world that impedes the realization of our ultimate objective. So you just said, you wasn't doing anything. You wasn't doing certain things because you thought you was going to help.
Mm-hmm. I was like,
let's expand on that.
You would say that. It was the whole like liking girls thing for me. I was like, this is just I'm going home and I'm gonna say Hail Marys, and because I was Catholic, y'all. So I'm going to go pray, and there's no way that I can like girls. Like, I'm going to cast this away because if I like girls, I'm going to hell. So yeah, it was a whole like identity thing for me.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So same subject, same thing. Thought I was going to hell because I never liked boys, and then I started liking boys. So I guess I was happy about that.
I was like, okay, wait, whew, I'm saved.
So I was 13 and I still hadn't liked my first boy. I had boyfriends, but I didn't like them.
Not Shane, like the boyfriends.
No, and then come to find out, one of them was gay. So I think I just liked him because it's feminine.
Yeah,
it's feminine. So my friend, who she's still on my Facebook to this day, she was like, "Do you like?" She asked me, who was 13. She said, "Do you like boys yet?" I said, "I don't think so." And she was like, "Something wrong with you."
Yikes!
That you're not mature yet. You have to like boys. And I was like, okay. So she told me I had to like boys.
So you're like, let me try this.
I'm gonna try to like boys, I guess.
Yeah, no, I always liked boys, but then eventually something happened and I liked girls too. And I was like, okay, no. Like, throw it out the window. I'm supposed to like boys. Okay, Christian said I was the opposite. I was all, if we're all going to heaven when we die, why wait? And me about to light the curtains on fire? What? Why are you like this?
Yeah. In the 5th century, Augustine introduced the concept of the original sin. That according to Augustine, all humanity automatically inherits from Adam at birth. Basically, you're born with sin.
Right.
He's the one who introduced that. We are made right with God's righteous and justified through the.
But I didn't even do nothing.
Like Christ and His grace that assessed through the sacrament of church, prayer, and good works. Basically, you cleanse through the love of God. You're born in sin. Is what He introduced.
Right.
Fear of eternal torment resulting from death while in the state of mortal sin, dominated by medieval thought. So basically, hell.
Right.
The church played a huge role in this personal drama and in the economy of medieval society.
Okay.
So if you were born, in this kind of world, like me, I was raised Christian. We went to church like 4 times a week.
Yikes.
And
that's so much.
So like it was very fear based. So I truly understand and know that's why I'm scared all the time, because we were scared all the time.
Right, you're trying to live up to this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's terrifying.
Yeah. So okay, fear. Oh, I had this. Sorry. We have some statistics.
Yes, statistics. I'm better this time, y'all.
Okay. Anxiety disorders are the most common mental illness in the U.S., affecting 40 million adults, 19.1% of the population age 18 and older. Okay. So a generalized anxiety disorder affects 6.8 million adults. A lot.
Yes.
A panic disorder affects 6 million adults. Social anxiety affects 15 million adults. This is on the US. And phobias, 19.3 million adults. I'll be laughing when I see phobias and stuff, because you'll be pretending.
Like a very specific phobia. They had a phobia for everything.
Yes. Okay. Women are twice as likely to be affected by men, of course. Symptoms typically begin in childhood. The average is 7 years old. I didn't know that, but yeah, that makes sense. Because I feel like that's when everything starts.
Right. That's when you start realizing stuff like, wait a minute.
OCD affects 2.5 million adults. PTSD, 7.7 million adults.
Oh, it's so high.
Yeah. Okay. Phobias are the most common mental disorder in the US.
I can see that.
So, social phobias and agoraphobia. A phobia is an overwhelming, irrational, persistent fear that leads to avoiding.
Irrational is the key word in phobias.
I said that slow too. Irrational. That leads to avoiding the object or situation. It can be a fear of a specific thing or a social setting. And social phobia is now called social anxiety disorder, which is something I have. Social anxiety disorder generally appears for the first time in adolescence at 13 years of age. Approximately 50 million American adults are affected. About 30% of those with social anxiety disorder have severe symptoms. Only about 40% of these people with social anxiety disorder are treated. More than a third of those with this disorder wait for about 10 years or more before they seek treatment.
Yeah.
Only slightly more women than men have social anxiety disorder. And then specific phobias are grouped into five major categories: and animal type, natural environment type, situational type, blood injected injury type, and other type. Other.
Right.
Okay, and then agoraphobia, which is a big phobia, is a fear of situations in which it is difficult to escape.
Like, yeah, they don't want to be close, like in a specific place, or they're scared to leave the house, or that's a whole thing.
Yeah. So I didn't know I had claustrophobia until I was in the MRI machine. And I almost lost it. But I feel like it's not as bad. I don't know. I don't look at it as that bad. It didn't seem that bad to me. I was like, all right.
I've never had an MRI, but I've heard, even for people that don't clinically have anxiety, that's the other thing. Just because you're not clinically diagnosed with anxiety doesn't mean you don't have moments of being anxious or having anxiety, like having traits. Because everybody gets afraid. And when you I feel like when you internalize it or it gets bigger, it becomes anxiety.
So I found this very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Five things you didn't know about fear.
Mm-hmm.
Fear is our survival response, which, I knew that. I always tell people this, that fear is how you protect yourself.
Right.
So, when they say when you're about to die, I always tell people this, when you're about to die, your thoughts flash, your life flashes, before your eyes. That's because your brain is trying to save your life.
Trying to find something in there.
Yes. So
when you told me this, I was like,
when you are, I guess, you know how you remember bad things about people and places.
mm-hmm.
You always remember the bad. You never remember the good. You gotta struggle to remember good things.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that person did this to me. That's why I got protection. Your brain is trying to protect you always, so it remembers all the bad, so you won't have to go through it again. Even if it's like heartbreak, because that's painful for your body. Like all that kind of stuff, it remembers. And when you're about to die, it trying to remember to save your life. Sometimes that is how you save your life.
Right.
So,
wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. So 5 things. Fear is physical. Fear is experienced in your mind, but it triggers a strong physical reaction in your body. Your amygdala, a small organ in the middle of your brain, goes to work. It alerts your nervous system, which sets your body's fear response into motion. And something that I was like mind blown about, when you experience fear, your blood actually flows away from your heart into your limbs, so it makes it easier for you to fight or run. So
that's
when you
crazy.
fear, you get stronger. Actually,
that's get superpowers.
You get superpowers, and that's probably why people be strong when they actually scared.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Get faster, stronger. That's crazy.
Your body's preparing for fight or flight. Fear can make you foggy. As some parts of your brain are revving up, others are shutting down. When your amygdala,
what?
Amygdala.
Where are you at? Amygdala. No, because I was like, please stop. I was like, I know this word.
You don't read amygdala?
Yes.
Let me show y'all what this word is.
Oh, listen.
That's amygdala.
It's English, so some people probably really do. You really pasting this in the comments? Yeah. Let me tell y'all how many times I tell them to walk off the set, and now I can't do it because we live. So I can't just walk away.
What is it called?
Amygdala.
Yeah, amygdala senses fear. The cerebral cortex. I can say cerebral cortex, but not
right.
Hold on.
The alcohol won't help.
Alcohol help. Okay. The area in your brain that harnesses reason and judgment becomes impaired, so it's difficult to make good decisions. Sorry.
Get it together.
When you have fear, you're supposed to be making good decisions, and you can't.
What do you mean? People listen. When people are afraid, they make the dumbest choices,
and that's because you can't. You don't
your brain, yeah. That's why you get foggy, because all your blood is in your limbs trying to run or fight.
Trying to fight. That's crazy. Yeah, because when I get fear, when I'm scared, I just like haunted houses. I'm just in the corner.
Yeah, I don't see how y'all do that. See, I don't like being afraid. I don't like that feeling. So you mean to tell me if I punch one of them because I'm afraid, it's probably gonna be real strong.
You wanna knock them out?
Oh, my friend Mike said, "What's in those cups?" Something delicious.
Cracking rum.
Yes. Got me drinking on a weekday, a Monday.
Fear can become pleasure. Oh yeah. Why do people? We talked about this on last episode. Okay.
The fear-seeking people.
Yeah, fear-seeking. Why do people love roller coasters, haunted houses, and horror movies?
Because y'all are crazy, except for the horror movies.
Nope. You're the same. Enjoy getting caught up in those fearful, stressful moments because the thrill doesn't necessarily end when the ride or movie ends. The excitement through the Through the exciting transfer process, your body and brain remain aroused even after the scary experience is over.
Why she say it like that, y'all?
During staged,
that's why we're gonna have an after dark episode next.
During a staged fear experience, your brain will produce more of a chemical called dopamine. This makes sense to me. That's
it's
crazy.
all connected. Everything is connected.
Fear is not a phobia. If you're slightly uneasy about swimming in the ocean after watching Jaws, the movie did what it was supposed to do.
Right.
But if you find yourself terrorized and traumatized and unable to function at the mere thought of basking on the beach, you might be experiencing more than just fear. So fear and phobia are not the same thing.
Right. Phobia is the intense when you don't do something because of it.
Okay. And fear keeps you safe, what I just said. Fear is a natural biological condition that we all experience. It's important that we experience fear because it keeps us safe. Fear is a complex human emotion that can be positive and healthy, but it can also have negative consequences. Okay. I just thought that was so amazing.
Yeah, our bodies really do like struggle to protect us. They be fighting for their lives, like for real. Like, will you sit down somewhere?
I know it's sick of us.
Yes.
So, one thing that my therapist always goes through with me, I know she's sick of me, is cognitive dissonance.
Yes.
And so cognitive is intellectual thinking, and dissonance is the lack of harmony or agreement. So together is your brain isn't thinking in harmony. Like
right. Just all over the place.
It's all over the place. It's basically the thoughts is not matching what your situation is. So it's a psychological stress that results from holding contradictory ideas simultaneously. So basically, my whenever I have like a thought, I have to go through my brain like it's this cognitive dissonance.
You gotta try to prove it wrong.
Yeah, I have to prove it wrong.
So like you were saying earlier about the negative thoughts and why negative thoughts are so powerful, it's why you have to work twice as hard to challenge them, because your brain is automatically thinking negative. That's why they call it automatic negative thoughts. Okay. So you have automatic negative thoughts and you have to basically fight them, like physically fight them. I'm a failure. Like, no, I'm not a failure. That's a negative thought that I then have to challenge with proof. You have to give yourself proof in order to challenge the negative thoughts. But it's crazy because you don't need proof for the negative thoughts. It's so weird. Like, that
is so weird.
Yeah, you literally have to find proof and evidence to challenge them. But for some reason, they just pop up in our head without proof. Yeah, negative energy and negative stuff is just too strong.
Yeah, it's like, okay. So I wrote down the fear fear is the threat of harm. But what is so scary about following your dreams? Where is the threat?
Right.
So if we do stuff scared, and if we have fear of failure, if we try the thing, what is going to harm us?
Yeah, it's not.
It's not going to harm us. So what are we scared about?
Right.
I guess it's the embarrassment,
anxiety of not knowing, like, is this the right choice?
Yeah,
like, that's me all the time. I'd be like, is this really what I should be doing? I don't know. Maybe I can wait until something tells me. I'm waiting for a sign to tell me it's the right thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't get that sign right away.
Yeah. That's crazy. Some examples of cognitive dissonance includes smoking. Many people smoke even though they know it's harmful for their health. The magnitude of the dissonance would be higher in people who highly value their health. Basically, if you're not smoking, it's because you know it's bad for you. But the people that smoke it also know it's bad for you. It's just the dissonance is lower than them.
Yep. Very true. Look at some of these comments. Okay, my friend Mike said adrenaline is a hell of a drug. Yes. Adrenaline is very powerful. Those people that enjoy like the scary stuff, that's them. And Angelo says,
obviously they're having sex.
Right. Right. Wait, yeah. At the end of the world, where are you watching these movies? and be like, what are y'all doing right now?
Why are you making a baby? It's a zombie attack.
The zombie. But apparently that's a thing. Like, if I'm afraid, I'm going to go to sex.
No.
Angelo said, I went to the ER the other night and the doctor told me that I might have colitis. My worst fears may be confirmed. My life as a bottom could be over. Angelo. I was just reading. La, la, la.
Yo, we got this Kiki.
Oh my God, this is so funny that this happened.
We got this Kiki story that we was deciding we was going to read or not, but now we definitely going to read.
And Angelo, please take care of yourself. Colitis, that sucks. Like, please. We gonna talk later because I need to know when you coming over. This is ridiculous.
Yes. The state of having inconsistent thoughts, beliefs, or attitudes, especially as related to behavioral decisions and attitude change. So basically, if somebody, like you're talking to somebody and then they look down or like they seem uninterested and you make up in your mind everything that's going on.
They
with
hate
them.
me.
They
boring.
They hate me. Yes, that's cognitive dissonance.
I do that with text. Like, if people give me little short answers, even though it's text, I think they're mad at me. Like, and it's just a text. Like, what else were they supposed to say? But my brain would be like, oh, they don't want to talk to me right now. Or what did I do? Did I upset them?
Mm-hmm. But you know, sometimes, like for me, if I use certain punctuation or I'm being short, I want them to know I'm upset.
Yeah, there's that too.
So it depends on who you're talking to.
Right.
Some people just not.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went through that. So I think we're ready for the Kiki. Wow.
I think it's time for our Kiki. All right. So, for our newcomers, our Kiki is our segment where we read stories that people send us, submissions about our topic, and then we give our feedback. And then at the end, I usually read 3 or 4, and then at the end, we talk about our own experiences if we have them. So let's get started. And I'm going to let y'all know, I generally do not read the Kikis. They get sent. I put them in a little thing in my phone and I read them with y'all. I want the authentic reaction with y'all. But sometimes I got to read. So we're going to get to that part.
Also, this Kiki is different. We asked a certain question.
Yes.
And they answered it.
So we were asking them to give us a time they were scared and had to overcome adversity. So let's get into these Kikis. All right. First one. I was leaving my friend's room, heading back to mine when I saw this girl I had a huge crush on. I had only spoken to her 1 or 2 times previously, but my God, she was beautiful in every sense of the word. She was alone in a study room, and as I walked by, she saw me looking in at her, smiled at me, and waved. I kept walking when I thought it only takes 20 seconds to introduce myself. So I turned around and went into the study room and started talking to her. Now I was scared shitless. She was going to say something about having to work on her essay or politely ask me to leave so she could work, but she didn't. We ended up talking for an hour and hanging out later on that night. About 4 to 6 weeks later, we were seeing each other, and that was almost 2 years ago, and we're still together. But I will never forget that 20 seconds that started it all, and that's from Opa. Oh, that's so cute.
That's so lovely.
Oh, look, a nice wholesome story. I always like get into stuff like this, especially with guys. I guess I don't know if the name I'm a little confused on, but regardless, I always wonder if like how guys feel when they approach women. Not that women can't approach men, but just like generally until recently, a lot of times it was the men doing the approaching. So I just wanted to know, like, man, how do y'all feel? Like, what is it like walking up to somebody and just like out of nowhere, especially if you don't know them, like from scratch, going and introducing yourself? Because I'm sure that's like, I don't know, I'm sure it's really hard. I don't know if I could do it from scratch. I definitely don't have no problem talking to people, but romantically, I'd probably be stumbling all over my words.
Christian said eating McDonald's is cognitive dissonance.
He also said eating a gallon of ice cream as a lactose intolerant We ain't gonna talk about that in this house. I can't stand y'all.
Okay. Go to the other one.
Next story.
Stop talking to me.
Honestly, leaving my most recent abusive relationship at the end of May. I didn't think I had the courage to do it. I kept lying to certain people, like my parents, saying that I wasn't with him anymore. But I still snuck around to see him. I finally woke up and said, "Yo, what are you doing right now? You've left them before. You can do it again. I yourself have faith in you." Blocked him on everything, and he lost his mind on my friends and me. Forgot to block him on Discord. He said I owed him explanations. So I gave him closure. Truthfully, I needed a little bit of it too. Blocked him and never looked back. I'm traumatized as all hell, but I did something that would normally take years. It only took me about 4 to 5 months because the relationship was so new. So yay me. And that's from Kim.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
It is kind of scary to leave a relationship.
Right. It's like what I was talking about earlier, like being married to somebody or being in a relationship with somebody and knowing that you can know something is right and still be terrified, like still don't want to do it. So yeah, no, I definitely commend anybody that leaves. And I tell, like, I have clients that have gone through stuff, and I'll tell them, like, don't focus so much on how long it took you to leave. You left. Like, you're right now, I want you to think about moving forward and being in the present day. Don't keep thinking about, I should have left 5 years ago, because even though, yes, you should have, it's no point in you sitting there doing all of that, because it's time for you to move on with your life.
Yeah. Hey, and I don't know, I just started thinking about Krishan and Blueface and Keke Palmer and her and Darius. Like, they probably was, well, Krishan's been very open. It's hard to leave Blueface. Yeah. But Keke probably went through a lot, like, trying to leave. That's crazy. Like,
yeah, I can't imagine. Lay said it's the worst, especially with kids. And yeah, like, there's so many people that be like, I want to stay because I don't want to put my kid through that, and I don't want to go through that with them, or they need us together. And then you realize once you leave, like, a lot of people, I haven't personally, of course, been through it, but a lot of people realize, like, I should have did this before. Like, I'm healthier and happier, so that means they're healthier and happier.
Exactly. You gotta do it for your kids.
Right.
Look at Angelo.
Angelo said, I was afraid to start my OnlyFans, and then I just did it. Now, if I could just hold my hand straight to take my ID picture, I'll be approved.
Go to the next story.
Angelo, when you get your OnlyFans up and running, please let me know so I can support. Okay.
Because I watch my friends have sex.
Oh, I do. I'm watching all of it. Like, if you tell me your OnlyFans, I'm on it. I'm watching it, and I might even comment. So I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna watch it. All right, next story. I tricked my mother to go to the doctor by telling her we're going to a movie. I'm usually a quiet and chill person that doesn't take initiative because I don't want to cause trouble to anyone. Last year, my mom got sick after winter holidays, but being very stubborn, she didn't want to go see a doctor. I live in Europe and we have free healthcare. Oh, that's great. It was easy. I can notice you're from Europe with all these Z's instead of S's. It was easy to know her health was gradually fading, and everyone told her to go for a checkup, but she refused still.
I know about that.
I called the doctor, booked an appointment, told her we were going to a new movie and that I need to take some medical files for my screening. She agreed to come with me, only to find out she was the actual patient. After a month of analyzing, she was diagnosed with the first stage of breast cancer. Now she's happy and healthy and tumor free. It was unusual for me and also very scary because we didn't expect her to have cancer. But all is good now. I know it's not really related to your problem, but what I'm trying to say is that taking the initiative and changing your comfort zone is tough, but it's worth it. And that's from Murray.
Wow.
Yes, like that. I like that they said comfort zone, because that's really what it is. Like, your fear is outside of that, so you don't want to leave your comfort zone.
He had to trick his mother.
Yes. Yes.
It sounds right to me.
Okay. So, before I read this last thing, again, I said I don't usually read the Kikis, but in this situation, I read this one because we already had our submissions. So we're like, okay, we're going to put this one in too. And then I read it. If you have any kids around you, please allow them to vacate the area. I'll give y'all like 5 seconds. Just know that we put this in here for the laughs.
Yes, it's
because
very short. So
we need y'all to understand what's going on too. Like somebody else has to experience this with us. Okay. Remember what the question was, y'all. A time you were scared and had to overcome adversity. Mm-hmm. Here we go. I was 16 and I was caught stealing out of a garage by the homeowner's son. He was 21. He made me give him and his 2 buddies blowjobs. I was nervous, but I did it anyway. A few days later, I ran into one of his friends. He made fun of me and said I probably liked it. I told him I did. I ended up being his little cock whore for over a year. Maybe that's why I am a sissy cum slut today. Yo, I lied to you not. It says that. Like, it really says that.
I showed her the email. I didn't make anything else.
No, she copied it and gave it to me verbatim. And I said, I have to read this because I need y'all to see some of the submissions that we get. And it made no sense. My eyes is watering. I can't.
And I got another one. I'll just say no. I'm not saying that one. But that one,
another one.
I did get another one, but I was
that was worse.
I wouldn't say it was worse. The one you read was worse.
Oh my gosh, y'all. Oh, my eyes started burning and tearing up. I gotta take my glasses off.
When I saw that, what was it, cock whore?
Yeah.
I didn't read it. I saw cock whore. I said, no, you know what?
Let me go back and read this.
Let me read this.
I gotta put these glasses on so I can read the comments. Angelo said he's screaming. Aja said, oh my God. my is right, Aja. Because what? Oh my gosh. I can't.
Listen, y'all. This is a real email.
It was. It came right to her. Just it had to do something with it. It didn't have nothing to do with anything.
His full name is right here. I'm not saying it, but yeah.
It is. What? Oh. So yeah, those are our Kiki submissions. Yeah. Some of them. If you guys ever want to submit, please feel free to email.
Yeah.
We try to let y'all know what the topic is and what's going on. Excuse my eyes, y'all. They just be burning and running sometimes.
I try. So usually, all right. So most of the time, I'll put a post up somewhere else so I can get I'll put it on Craigslist. And people will respond, which is, sometimes we get crazy things like that. But I'm gonna start trying to put it on Facebook so we can get y'all too.
Yeah. And just let us know if you want it to be anonymous, if you don't want us to say your name and stuff like that.
Yeah, because you message us. You don't have to put it on the comments.
Right, exactly. So yeah. I know we already talked about a lot of our stories, but I know you already talked about your adversity one. Mm-hmm. But did you have any other stories? Any other things that we didn't touch on?
No. Yes.
Oh, she said no. Yes. Immediately, yes.
I just thought about the adult scared story.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I always made friends. I'm very good at making friends.
You are. You be just.
The last friends that I made was actually from Barnes and Noble. Mm-hmm. One of them is in this chat right now, Aja, and then Christian, and then Danae. Me and Danae are we don't talk as much, but that's still my friend. But Christian and Aja, it's like I always, when I work at jobs, I have a friend.
Yep.
That I keep for the rest of my life. And so I had a friend that was my best friend.
Okay.
And we stopped talking. And I think what went down with him scared me from making friends. So I've been, like you just said, I've been through a lot of jobs. I ain't take no friends from that.
No.
I've gone through a couple jobs, and I feel like I'm just scared to make friends now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm breaking out of that in my new job because they keep inviting me everywhere. I'm just like, all right,
yeah,
I'm gonna go. But yeah, losing my best friend scared me from making friends, and I had to realize that.
Yeah, when you connect, when you finally figure out what the thing is, it helps you to like start getting through it and heal. Sometimes you have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, why do I feel like this? Why do like for me it was relationships. Like I didn't realize after my marriage that I was only like dealing with people or dating people or talking to people that were like unattainable or that wouldn't get in a relationship with me. And I was like, why am I doing this? And now I realize it's because I was afraid because of my last relationship and I felt embarrassed and everything. So like I didn't want to go through that again. So this is my first time now being like y'all never hear me tell people like, oh, I'm dating somebody or I have a book. Like, I don't tell people that. So now this is like brand new to do this.
Yeah, they should send their full name, absolutely, name, account, and I understand, Aja. It's very scary.
Yeah,
because I don't want to get hurt again. And but the stupid thing is, I've been hurt before as a friend.
Right. But still,
he really took something out of me. So I was just like, all right, no more friends.
Right.
But that's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Okay.
That was my. But what about you? Many more stories before we go to our activity and wrap.
I think kind of the one I just said, like the dating one. Like I didn't realize how afraid I was, and they was stopping me from moving forward with somebody I actually like, and like that has done nothing to me in this dating phase. Like we've been friends for 18 years, so stuff has happened, but like he didn't deserve me to be like pushing him away and stuff. But because of what I've been through, I did that for a while, just pushing, like, this ain't real. You don't really like me, like. But I realized I was just kind of self-sabotaging. And I think that's another thing you do when you're afraid. Like you start sabotaging stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So if we're not if you have nothing more to say about that, we're going to go on to our activity.
Guys, give me like 2 minutes, okay?
And if you didn't do the test, I'm gonna put it up again.
Oh yeah, so y'all can do that while I'm taking these 2 minutes.
Yeah, and I posted it. I want y'all to do this test. Oh yes, exactly, Aja. Thank you.
All right, guys, we are back.
If you didn't do the test, it's fine. You can still do it, but I want to ask, what do you do for anxiety?
Oh, yes. What do I do for anxiety? All right, y'all. I'm going to share my screen just to tell you guys one thing that I actually do with my clients. Here we go. All right, so I'm probably going to scroll. This is 4 techniques for anxiety, and I actually realized that I was using these before I even knew that they were things. So deep breathing is a technique that I've used when I'm like really anxious if I have to make a decision or something. And I'm like, okay, I'm freaking out. So I need to like calm myself and center myself. So I do this technique, and that's you inhale for 4, you hold for 4, you exhale for 4. Sometimes people do longer. So on here it says 6. Some people do where they start at 5, then go 4, 3, 2, 1. And I found that to be really helpful because it gets me to just center myself, like kind of ground myself again. The other one on this list I do is this one, progressive muscle relaxation. And I didn't realize I was doing that too. I do this in the car. So when I'm feeling anxious in the car, I try to notice parts of my body. So for this, it says feet, curl your toes into your feet, then release them. So you're noticing other things to take your mind off of the thing that's making you anxious. So if somebody's driving reckless and I'm in the car, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start noticing other parts of my body so I'm not so focused on the person and their driving. Like I'm able to do other things. Because I noticed I was like tensed up like this before in the car, and like this helps me to relax a little bit. So those 2 are really helpful. I'm trying to think if I do. Oh, we talked about this, challenging irrational thoughts. I don't do this one as much, but I use this for my clients a lot. And this last one, imagery, that one's really good too. And that's when you notice all your senses. So same with the muscle relaxation, except it's more about like senses. So what do I see? What do I hear? What can I smell? What am I tasting? And what can I touch? Again, it gets you to focus on something else so that you're not focusing so much on the anxiety. So those are my 4. And then one that's not on here that I do is journaling. So I love to journal. It helps me get my thoughts out, especially if I can't make sense right now. So it really helps again with my anxiety. What about you?
I definitely, everything you said I do, but it's because I got them from you and therapy.
Right.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I had to
Not Angelo comment. Where's that fine ass director y'all had? Tell him to call me. It's time.
Not my child.
Mo. I just had to put that up there for a second.
Anyway, what I do is everything you said, and also I like sage and Palo Santo, and I like to just let it burn. And then the one thing that I like doing is breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So I breathe in for 4, hold it for 4, and out for 4. And I like doing that one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that really calms me. But the thing that has to happen is I have to challenge all my thoughts, because I'll pretty much murder myself if I if I just let my brain go. I'll just like kill myself. Definitely, it's crazy. So, some other exercises. I feel like you really touched on everything. Visualization, visualization, progressive muscle relaxation.
Yeah.
The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look for 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Mm-hmm. I feel like when I do that one, I can always taste spit.
Right, like what else am I tasting?
That's why it's
one thing, because you ain't about to be telling you all these things you can taste.
Yeah, so square breathing, that's the one I do, the 4 counts. There's also 5 counts. Alternate nostril breathing. I wish my friend was here because he do
that. He do that anyway.
So basically, you inhale, bring in your right hand to your face, use your right thumb to gently press your right nostril, and then exhale out your left nostril.
Okay.
And after you fully exhale, let go of your right nostril and use your ring finger to close your. Your right nostril. Use your ring finger to close your left nostril. Breathe fully through your right nostril and repeat.
Okay.
Yes. And then meditation. It's something I do all the time. A lot of people will be like, I don't know how to meditate, but you really do. Because if you ever read a book or watch TV, you're meditating. If someone was to take the TV or the book away, you just be staring off into space. And that's really what meditation is. So my suggestion for people who can't meditate, who think they can't meditate, is put a camera up and meditate like the way that you know how, and record yourself meditating, and then you can see that you actually are meditating. You just don't think you are because you're in your brain, but that's what meditation is. Like, you're literally in your brain.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what it is. Taking a walk is good. Doing a body scan. So that's basically what you just said. Observing the sensations in your body.
Right.
It said leaves on a stream is an exercise often taught in acceptance and commitment therapy. I didn't know what this one was, but it is a powerful tool in helping to detach from anxious thoughts and therefore help reduce anxiety. To complete this exercise, begin by picturing yourself by the side of a stream using all your senses to picture this. The crazy thing is I do this all the time. I automatically go to a river whenever I have anxiety. As you watch the stream, imagine leaves floating in this stream. Each time a thought comes, as you complete this exercise, imagine putting each thought on a leaf. Watch each thought float away on the leaves. Continue this exercise until you're feeling calm again. By practicing this, you can create some distance between yourself and the anxious thoughts that you're experiencing. Wonderful. So those are some helpful tools. So this test, this assessment,
let me get my results
that I found, I thought it was really cool. So I took my test and tried to find out my fear archetype, which is crazy because it says that I'm a procrastinator, and I already knew this when I was dating my ex. Not my ex, my last ex, my ex from 2005. He told me I was a procrastinator. And I was just like, no, I'm not. I got so mad. But that stayed with me since 2005. And I was just like, I am a procrastinator. And then, like, this last week, I was like, all right, I'm going to stop procrastinating. I even, like, did a banishment ritual for procrastination. And then it said, you're a procrastinator.
Yikes.
I am. Because I have to have everything perfect before I jump and do something. And that makes me procrastinate. It's crazy.
Yikes.
What did yours say?
I got people pleaser.
Oh.
I said, now, you know, and mine is 83% people pleaser. Like, what? And I know that about myself. And it's definitely something I've been working on. And it says, people pleaser at a glance: indecision, lack of boundaries, emotional intelligence, and kindness. And I was like, yo, this is really true. Like, I be indecisive because I be worried about what people are going to think. And I don't have no boundaries because I don't want to tell people no.
Yeah.
Like, they really read me.
Look at Angelo. I'm taking him. Aja, you got the excuse maker?
Please.
If you did the test, can you please put what you got in the comments?
Aja, excuse maker.
As an excuse maker, you tend to, at a glance, lack of accountability, reluctant leadership, reliable team player, and strong work ethic.
What?
Oh,
why he
Christian
do this?
Is an outcast. What did they say about being an outcast?
An outcast? Lace got procrastinator. James said I'm a people pleaser. This many percent. Please leave me alone. I was so like I didn't know, of course, what the types were, but when I saw people pleaser, I was like, I wonder what the other ones are, because maybe I'm something else.
No, I didn't need anything else. I knew.
I be in denial. Like I'm not that much of a people pleaser.
But the link was right above you, Ange.
Oh, that's because he's too busy in the comments.
Yes. But when you do the test, we're probably about to go. But if you do the test, I want to know. Just send it to our Facebook because I want to know. What did they say about you being an outcast? What was the paragraph, Christian?
Yeah, I'm curious what that is.
Outcast? It's like, what does that mean?
Like what? And then for mine, it said be acutely aware of how you're being perceived by others and worry about what other people may say or think about you. That's true. Not want to disappoint or let anyone down. That's true. Become overcommitted as a result of saying yes too often. I am always overcommitted. Like I double book. Because I just be like, I'll figure it out. I can do both.
Wow.
Get along with others and be well liked. Because when you're a people pleaser, people usually like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely was like, wow, all right, it's true. I'm going to go ahead and work on this. I mean, I did start working on it. Like, I do more things for myself now, but it's really hard to get over those things.
That's crazy.
Yes, good night, Aja. She said, good night, everyone. Good night, ladies. Them OnlyFans folks are waiting. Yes, give us your OnlyFans. Like, we going to support. I'm ready to see it.
Definitely. I have no fears.
Yeah, so we ain't got no fears in that. So come on now, show us. Got a lot of fears, but it ain't that.
Oh, but thank you for tuning in with us. Like we said, if you did the test, we want to know.
Yes, please tell us. I'm curious. Again, it means a lot to us that y'all sit here for an hour and a half to 2 hours to listen to us and to engage with us. It means a lot.
Yeah.
Especially with us just starting to go live. It's important. We love y'all. Don't forget to like us, follow us, comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. YouTube, obviously, most of y'all are already there. Facebook, same thing. We also have a TikTok. So go ahead and follow that. And yeah, we're going to be here on Mondays unless things are happening. Like the holidays are coming up, it might be a little sketchy, but
well, if we're not coming, we'll tell you that Monday. We'll tell you if we're not coming. Then.
Yeah, we got y'all. But plan to see us here on Mondays at 8 generally.
We're going to try to keep it to an hour and a half.
Yeah, if y'all have things that y'all want to share, if y'all want to come on the show, definitely reach out via email. Let us know what you want to talk about, what topics are important to you, and we'll work with you. So definitely let us know. A couple of you guys have already been on the show, and it was a good time. So even if you want to come back, like definitely let us know. We love it. And also make sure that you support the people that we work with too. Our artwork is done by not the Christian here, our other, the one that used to do this with us. His artwork, his name is Uta. Yes, his pen name. So a lot of our artwork is from him. Of course, you know, my co-host over here is in band, Unlisted After Death. And I do a podcast about once a month with the Black Culture Geeks. So make sure you guys are following people that support us too, because they have some good things that they're working on as well.
And if you have an OnlyFans, put it in the comments.
Yes.
See, Aja already put hers. But
because we're gonna come look.
And what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, every third Monday is gonna be Heard It Through the Grapevine After Dark.
Heard It After Dark, baby.
So
put them kids to bed.
No kids on that episode.
Yeah, so if you want to come on an After Dark episode, let us know so that we can plan ahead for that. We're gonna have some fun with that.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you guys.
Yes.
As we always say. And we're gonna head out on Hello Fear.
Yes.
By Kurt Franklin.
Yes. All right, guys. We'll see y'all next time.
See ya.
Bye.